morning, everyone. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, your old pal Jaw, and like I said in the video yesterday, I'm heading off to Cleveland today. I'm going to do a few vlogs that you'll see over the next coming days, so I want to just let you guys say hi to this guy before we took off. There. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. We've made it to historic Tremont. Well, ironically, right off of Clark, and directed by Bob Clark, we're here to see one and one thing only: a Christmas Story house and museum. Now, to be honest, the entire movie was not shot here in Cleveland. It was actually shot mostly in Canada. However, the house that they used all the exteriors for in the movie is here in Cleveland. Not in northern Indiana where they tell you in the movie. One state over, northern Ohio. Well, here's the house. The home of Ralphie and Randy. And you can see the big pink inflatable Ralphie right there on the front lawn. Now, we see this countless times in the movie. We see this whole area covered in snow, and we see the kids walking down this street in a couple of the scenes. But this is really cool because this is where we see when his dad gets all excited because he won a major award, the Fragile, and he's looking at it through the windows right up here. You can still see they have the leg lamp right there in the windowsill right there. So it's actually a museum, and then I believe it closes at 7 p.m. at night, and at 8 o'clock it becomes like an Airbnb type deal where you can actually stay in the place. So before we go in, there's the Ralphie. I thought we should walk down here because this is where we see all the kids going off to school and Randy falls in the yard. So basically what happened right here, the house was down there, and it's right here that they're walking that they knock Randy over and he falls into the ground, into the snow right here, and is doing like the inadvertent snow angels trying to get up. And we had to walk away because we were having a little bit too much of an accurate recreation. There was a little kid there, and the parents were trying to make him take a photo, and he just kept crying obnoxiously like the way that it happens in the movie. So I said, let's get out of there. Now let's go back and see if we can't take a... Now right across the street, that's the gift shop, so we're gonna see if we can't take the tour if they have room. And they didn't film the movie inside, however, they did use the backyard for that scene where Ralphie's got old Blue out there and he's battling Black Bart's men. So let's go on in. Let's take a look. I'm sure you guys would kill to see this. This is... I just always think of that smoke coming out from the furnace when his old man's fighting the furnace, and then this is the driveway where his dad would have been parking the car, and the dogs would have come running out and racing around. There it is. All right, let's go see what we can do.
I went above the house.
So we actually have to walk over to the gift shop to buy a ticket first to take the tour. Holy Christmas, what a gift shop. Wow. You can get your own costume. Wow, your own leg lamps. They got tons of leg lamps. Even leg lamp keychains. Well, I got my ticket and they said it's a self-guided tour, which is awesome. That's what I was hoping for. And we'll come back over here. I'll probably get a shirt or something on the way out. They do have a couple of the cars here on this side of the street, so let me show you before we take the tour. So in this garage, we have the Ford fire truck. '39 fire truck. That's the fire truck that pulls up when Flick gets his tongue stuck to the the flagpole, and they have to show up and rescue him. That's when the teacher gives him the guilt trip and says, "Now I know whoever put Flick up to this, the guilt is worse than any punishment that we can ever give you." How cool is that? They have a little thing over here that shows that scene from the movie. And yes, I did watch this movie many times yesterday, much like you probably did. And then if you go over here, you have the old man's car. The Oldsmobile. Says a 1938, says some men are Baptists, other Catholics. My father was an Oldsmobile man. I have a little rope here that you can't cross, but let me see if I can get a little side view here. And you know what else would have happened in this car? After Ralphie drops the F-bomb, that's when the old man gets in there and says, "Do you know what your son said?" and whispers in Mom's ear what he said. Next thing we see is Ralphie with the bar of soap in his mouth. And this is also where the old man is changing the flat tire and timing himself. Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. Even though they didn't film it inside or anything like that, it's still awesome. It's just still awesome to be here. And if you were wondering, yes, on the day after Christmas, a heck of a lot of people are out here wanting to see this house and take pictures. Now let's go on in, now that we have our ticket, and let's check this out right in the window. A major award! You were always jealous of this thing! Well, you can see the line of people walking through this place now. One of the cool things they tell you as soon as you walk in is everything's interactive. Feel free to touch, take pictures, do whatever you want. And none of the stuff in here are the original props, but when we get done touring the house, across the street they have some real props. And the backyard, he said, is the backyard that they filmed all those scenes in, and the shed still stands. So here's the living room. Somebody taking a picture with the lamp first. The old radio. Check that out. We're actually where the lamp would have been placed. It's crazy. My mom was saying, she's like, I don't know how everybody likes that movie. I'm like, I think it's a great movie. I always have. I've always loved it. So they do tell you, they're like, hey, explore the whole house before you get to the kitchen, because once you get to the kitchen, you can't turn around and go back. Now here on the wall, we actually have cast photos. We have Melinda Dillon and Darren McGavin, who was also Billy Madison's dad. And then we got Ralphie, Peter Billingsley, and little Randy, the oinker, when he's eating his food. And now everybody has roamed through the house, giving me a little bit of emptiness, so let's go take a tour of the boys' rooms upstairs. Old telephone. It says A Christmas Story house right there on the center. Here's the boys' room. Flash Gordon.
Invasion of the Saucer. Look, Monopoly. The original. Yes. Oh, guys.
Now, even though everything's interactive, it does say, sorry kid, please keep off the bed. And this must have been Ralphie's. With the Red Ryder, as he calls it, Old Blue. There's some baseball cards.
Yes, you'll do try. Commando of the Clouds. Red Ryder and the Adventure at Chimney Rock. Oh wow.
There's Ralphie's essay.
Finding Wild Bill Elliott spelled with 2 L's and 2 T's.
Doesn't think a football would be a very good gift. Ralphie Parker. Here's some of his books.
Oh my God.
There's the Red Ryder book.
Yeah, don't touch things. He's so in there.
Pretty cool. Let's move on.
Oh my God, remember it's interactive, it's part of the movie. She's screaming about here. That's actually
Here's the
very funny.
bathroom.
They're screaming about the bad word used. You did it already? Yeah. We just had nothing already.
And there's his, oh, check it out. You know what that is? When he finally gets his decoder ring, he thinks he's gonna solve all the world's problems and save everyone, and he's gonna be a hero, his teacher's hero. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. That's the hidden message? Little Orphan Annie? And that one is closed, so we've hit all the rooms up here. We'll start working our way back down. Here's another view out the window. And we'll head down. Start working our way to the kitchen. I think that whole group that came in was like one big family when we came in here.
Yes, that would be the washer and the wringer. Oh, and this.
See, the furnace room is not in here.
A couple pairs of underwear.
There's the old man's kryptonite, the turkey. Stay out of there, you'll get worms.
This is the original Crisco.
There's the refrigerator, and the table.
Also known as vegetable lard.
Now we're gonna work our way out to the backyard, so you can tell there's no window that faces the backyard, kind of the way it does in the movie. But here it is. This is where he takes on Black Bart's gang. And this is also where, contrary to what he thought was gonna happen, he shot his eye out. Well, at least the glasses part. Look at that. There's the original shed. Definitely a different fence, but how cool is this? Standing in the Christmas Story backyard. And they tell you when you get back here to follow this brick road through the driveway, and that takes you over to the museum part, which has a lot of the props, which is pretty cool. I mean, you definitely couldn't leave the props in this house because 100% guarantee someone would steal stuff. So I'm just thinking of that car pulling up here and him like shooing the dogs away, and then when he gets the notice that he's won the award, he sticks his leg out the door and goes, "Go ahead, go ahead." So now, this is not the original mailbox, but that is actually I think the real mailbox was on this side in the movie. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is where he gets the mail that he's been waiting for, the secret decoder ring. So now we're gonna move across the street to, like I just said, the museum. Let's go see some props. A tad bit of a line. Check this out. Speaking of Randy, there's Randy's outfit that he falls in the snow. And then look, some of the pajamas, the Red Ryder pajamas. Actually, you can see the gunman on there. Now they do have one of the Red Ryder guns here. They said they actually had like 6 of them, but they said the like what they considered #1 gun. Peter Billingsley, who played Ralphie, kept it along with the pink suit and the glasses, but they have what they called gun number 2, and then they said there's a museum in Ontario that has 2 more, and then 2 of them are just missing. And there's where Ralphie's oinking like a pig when he's eating, and there's the actual bib. And here's some behind the scenes photos from the movie. There's another picture of Randy wearing that outfit, and in the back of the car. That's an original poster. And here is a couple of the Little Orphan Annie decoder pins, booklets. And for this scene, they said it wasn't even a metal pole, it was like a plastic pole that they painted, but they cut a hole in it and put like a suction device to suck his tongue and hold it in place. That's how they did that special effect. And check that out, there's the furnace vent. Here we've got some of the pajamas. Ralphie's pajamas. And Ralphie's clothes. Here's the mailbox. And then we've got his hat and mittens, earmuffs, shoes. There's his jacket right there that he's wearing in that photo. And then these are all the toys from the Higbee's department store display. And then this case actually has all of Ralphie's buddies' outfits. You can see there's Flick's headgear. He's actually wearing it right there in that photo. And the mittens. And you can see that hat right there in the pole scene. Now the pillar that the leg lamp here is on, this is the original pillar from the house, it says. Across the street, so right there is right there. And then it says that Christmas tree pin was a security badge worn, and then these are all notes from the set, and this is basically like the dailies of what they were going to film per day. You can see here in this picture that guy's wearing one of those Christmas tree pins. And this is kind of cool because it has like all these alternative costumes that they were thinking of wearing, or alternative versions of clothes. Polaroids. Now this is really cool. This is the jacket that the old man wears when he's changing that tire and Ralphie drops the F-bomb. Look at that. How cool is that? Got like a ribbon and everything. Down here is a Darren McGavin life mask. And right there are the clothes of the bullies. You can see the coon hat and that's all over those scenes when they're getting beat up. Good old Scott Farkas. There it is. As they said, Red Ryder number 2. Peter Billingsley over here himself has number 1. And then, like I said, they said that 2 of them are in the Ontario Christmas Story Museum where they filmed a lot of the other scenes, and then 2 of them have just vanished. And then here it actually says one of the 6 official Daisy produced guns for the movie. And this one says that they had a compass and sundial that never existed. So you can see there at the butt of the gun is the compass and sundial. And those are in the movie. And then here in this case they have the burglars' costumes, as you can see right behind there. It's pretty cool. And then there's Mom's robe when they're opening all the Christmas presents, Melinda Dillon's wardrobe. That is really cool. I can't believe they got so much of this stuff. There she is. Then there's some of the cleaning supplies from the movie, kitchen props, and the Lifebuoy health soap. And right here are the Flash Gordon costumes. Look at that. That is awesome. I'm impressed with all the things they have from the movie here. Here it says that the Flash Gordon costumes were originally supposed to be in the movie, but they were trying to keep the movie at an hour and a half, so they omitted these from the movie. And then these are the Chop Suey costumes when they the turkey gets ruined and they have to go out and fa ra 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 ra. Yeah, there they are. There's the chalkboard with my reflection in it. There's the fire chief's hat, the ace of pilots, some of the moldings for those fake teeth all the kids wear in school to prank their teacher. There's the chattering teeth that were in the drawer. Here's the, I believe this is the classroom door.
5 cars and how
And then there's a sign that says, these are the real Ralphie and Randy. These are the kids that grew up in that house in the 1930s. Wow, we just finished the tour of the museum. Now we've got a little bit of darkness, so we get to see the house at night. And I'm gonna roam back into the souvenir shop and get something to help support. Now, like I said, all the exterior scenes for the house, like the backyard and the front of the house and everything, that was in the movie, but the actual inside of the house, they did not film. They did not film those scenes in the movie inside that house. This has been awesome. I'm so glad I came. What better day to do it too, the day after Christmas. I love how they displayed everything in here in kind of like the fragile box form. Red Riders, you can get all kinds of stuff. Various sizes of leg lamps. You can get one small enough to fit on like a desk table, so. And they're showing the movie. I think I might get this one. I kind of like this. As well as this for an ugly Christmas sweater. That is perfect. And right here is an assortment of bunny suits for $100. But please don't try on the bunny suits. This is really cool. You can actually buy like all the hats from the movie. The one that the elf's wearing inside the department store, Scott Farkas hat, Flick's hat. Pretty cool. Look at the major award blanket. That's a major award. And even on this apron. And as usual for my Patreons, the people that help support my channel, I'm gonna grab a few postcards. Oh, this is cool. They have pins, like buttons that you can wear. That's the Dakota ring, and it actually has all the numbers and everything on it. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get this. It says Cleveland, Ohio. Pretty cool, I want it. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. We are gonna call it a day from the Christmas Story House and Museum in Cleveland, Ohio. Have a great night. We will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.